everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do something really exciting. I'm actually going to be using a drill, and I'm going to be drilling into this flower pot. So with the winter outside and everything, I figured I'd find a project to do inside. So I decided that I want to use this for a flower pot, and I also want to use this for a flower pot. Isn't that pretty? So I need to drill holes in these two items. And I need to use a diamond drill bit because, again, this is ceramic. And this is what I ordered from Amazon. Core drill bit set. And it is to be used on glass, marble, ceramic, and stone. So it will be able to handle this, and I'm going to give it a try. So what I want to do is I want to get started actually with this one first. Now the reason I purchased this one was because this one didn't have a lid, so that's okay. So I wasn't going to use this as a flower pot anyway, as a teapot. And this only cost me, actually, I just took the cover off of it. I believe it was $5. I picked this up at the Goodwill. Look at the plate that I also picked up to go underneath it. So I actually picked up on the light green up here, and a little bit of green that it has here, and the light green all around it. Isn't that pretty? So that's going to sit like this, but I do need that drainage hole on here. So I'm going to work on that. And this one, it says $4.99, but the yellow tag was $2 each item, anything with the yellow tag. So I literally paid $2 only for this. Now this one was a little different because this one, it already has the plate attached. So I have to drill 2 holes, one on the side in here, on the bevel piece here, on a slant piece, one here, and one on this side here. So I have to do it from the inside. So let's see how that works out. But I think it's going to be so much fun, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on top of this towel, and reading the directions, they do mention to start off the hole on here with this drill bit. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start it off with that one, and then I change the drill bit. And I want to follow directions just to make sure that things are going smoothly. So I'm going to put a little bit of water on there. And then this towel should hold it pretty sturdy. So I'm going to hold it straight down, and let's give it a try. Maybe I'll put it on an angle just a little bit, just to make sure that it will grab on. Okay, so let's try it. Pick it up with the diamond drill bit. I'm thinking that might be pretty good. Maybe just a little bit more wider, probably. Do you think? Okay. All right, I'm confirming with the boss on the other side here, and he says that I should definitely make that a little bit wider. So I'm going to just maybe straight down like this now that I already have an angle, so I'm going to try that. All right, so I've got the drill bit that I'm going to use, and this one that I'm going to use, I think it's the, oh, I put it on here, I didn't look at the size. Anyway, it is the one that I want to use for here. So I'm going to start it off on an angle also, and let's just see how far or how much I have to drill of this. Okay, so that worked. It probably took, I don't know, maybe 4 minutes, maybe 5. Okay, but now I have drainage. So I am done with this one. Oh, look how pretty, isn't that? And then I'm gonna fill it up with soil, and then we're gonna pick out a plant together so that way we can find a perfect plant to place here. I think it's gonna look gorgeous. And now, okay, I have to make 2 holes on this one. So let's see how this one works out. I will have to use a smaller drill bit for this one because, again, the inside is just a little bit smaller. So I'm going to take this one out. Okay, so we got that one out. Now I have to put back the starter drill bit here. Okay, hold on. All right, so now let's put this one back. I'll clean it in a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of water here because we definitely wanna be able to have a little bit of water. All right, I just replaced the battery, so let's pick up where we left off. Complete. Okay, so look, the water's in there. Look at this. So now the water can flow through. So now when the soil is in there, that water will be able to filter through there. So now my next step is just adding soil. So let's move on to add the soil, and then let's go plant shopping in my greenhouse downstairs. It's so beautiful out here. So it's time now to actually do some plant shopping in my own greenhouse down here. And I'm looking for something that maybe could spill over, and maybe something with a little bit of height, and maybe something to fill in. So if I think about those things for those flower pots, I have to think about, again, what can I put? It has to be pretty small because those pots are small, even though they're going to grow bigger. But I'm thinking I could use this ivy. So this is the ivy actually I brought back from Florida recently, and I like it because it has that center that's white, really pretty, and it has been growing out quite a bit. So I'm going to use this. What else? I'm thinking that I could probably, I have a kalanchoe that's already in water, and look at all those roots that it has. I think this is definitely a good plant that I could probably use in there also. And then I had a couple of these little plants in water, and I'm thinking that I'm going to also use them. So I've got a spider plant, and I've got a little ivy here that has roots already. I did have this one in water, and this is a variegated ivy. So I've got spider, an ivy, kalanchoe. I'm not sure what color this is. I've got another ivy. And then I'm thinking that, I don't know, I'll take quite a few of them upstairs and see how much I can fit in there. I'm thinking I can also repot this. It's not doing so well in here. I have an ivy also. It has like a yellow variegation to it with another spider there. I think I can use this one. I think between all of this, I should be fine. Let's start with that. I can always add, but I have the soil set up upstairs, and now, so let's just make our way upstairs. All right, so we are now ready actually to repot some of these plants. And I'm thinking, it wasn't nice just to go downstairs and shop for some of those plants. Again, I didn't even have to leave the house. So that's a plus there when you have a lot of those plants. I'm thinking that I can plant this ivy, I think in here. Look at this, like maybe something like this. Eventually it'll spill over, and maybe I can plant something in the center later on. Look at that. I think that looks really pretty. And then this one, since it is a little smaller here, I can do the spider plants. I can put the ivies. They'll also hang on here. And I'm thinking that I can place this on a shelf, and then you can see how that ivy is going to hang down. So get creative. I've got that kalanchoe already has all those roots. You guys see that? It's been in water quite some time. Again, for this reason, and that's why I actually propagate a lot of these plants. So I do have my soil already here. I have my peat moss that I'm going to add, and I also have perlite. So I'm going to mix all of this together to come up with my own soil to repot these plants. So let's get started. And I actually wanted to mix it in somewhere else, but I think I can place it in here. Now remember, I did do those openings. I did those little holes. You guys saw that earlier, and how I used the drill and the diamond bit for that. So I'm going to use probably maybe 70% of the soil, 30% of the peat moss, and then I'm going to put in actually 20% of that peat moss, and then just 10% of this perlite in that soil. All right, let's give it a little mix here, so you guys can see. Mix it all in. You see my peat moss there. My soil is on the bottom there, mixing it in. That's a good mix. I do want to mix that that the water can filter through with no problem. Now I didn't put anything in these little holes, but the water will be able to filter through because the soil is soft. You see that? And that's what that peat moss is allowing to do, that soil to do. All right. Let's bring in, this is the one that I want to, let's bring in, come in a little closer, and I'm going to start with the kalanchoe. Now, I think it has too many roots actually. So I'm going to snip the bottom of this here and there. I snip that. I will leave that in water in there. Now I want to place this towards the back. So I have the sides here. I'm going to put this in the back because I know this one's going to grow taller than the other ones, but I want to make sure that these roots are pretty good in here. I'm going to remove the leaves that are on the bottom there. I even have roots coming in. Look at this. And all of these little stems here and those little nodes, they're roots in all of them. So this plant should do really good in here. I want to make sure that all these roots are covered. There you go. Okay, now, I know this ivy, it's kind of lifted up like that, but eventually it will hang down and it will start to grow a little, you know, some in the nodes. I'm going to get other ivy leaves. So eventually this will spread and this will hang down like this. So let's water it. Clean this out. All right, it is draining, perfect. And there you go. So there's one. And then this one's pretty simple. Again, I'm just going to, actually I'm going to use this to mix my soil for that one. So again, I've got soil, peat moss, mix it in. Make sure you're mixing it really well because that peat moss is actually going to help your soil drain really well. And you're not going to, it's not going to allow for that water to kind of sit there. Because you don't want water just sitting in that flower pot. You want that water to drain from the roots. And then let's put in a little bit of perlite. And perlite is what's going to absorb a little bit of that water, and it's going to hold on to that water and release it little by little. So here's my mix. Look at that mix right there. And then let's throw it in here. All right, we're now ready to, let's remove this plant from here. The roots look really nice. I'm not going to disturb, I'm not going to remove this soil. I'm just going to take a little bit from the bottom. Just remove a little bit of these roots, cut them here. Because I want to promote new roots coming in. Now let's bring the whole thing in here. Oh my God, it's like the perfect fit. Look at this. It's just perfect. Just enough soil on the bottom, again, where it meets the new soil. And now, again, your plant shouldn't go through shock because you didn't remove it from, you didn't remove the plant from the soil at all. So it should just continue to grow as if nothing ever happened. So there it is. Look how beautiful that looks. Oh, here's a little piece of that ivy fell from there, and it has roots. So I'm actually going to add it to here. So let's add that one to there. And it will continue to grow here. So I will have two different ivies growing on this flower pot. All right. So let's water it a little bit. And look, from the drainage, from the hole that we did, so that's good. Let's clean this up a bit. Let's add water. That should be it. We give it a few minutes, a couple of seconds here. And there it is. All right. So it is draining. So I'm going to let it drain. I'll let it sit here, let it drain, because all that water is just going to sit here. I'm going to clean up, and then I'm going to bring it back and show you my end result. Okay, so we are done. We were able to repot again a lot of these plants that I was propagating. Actually, all of these I was propagating, and then this one was just in a simple greenhouse pot. But now, as you guys can see, I've got that drainage hole in there. And you guys can see right in there. I've got one there, and I've got one on the other side. So this will drain really well. Again, keep this soil. I'm actually going to just water this once a week. Keep an eye on it just to make sure that, again, it doesn't dry out too much because it is winter. So the heater is on, so I may probably have to water just a little bit, maybe, I don't know. I don't even think I need to do it more than once a week. And that is it. And then you will see actually the results within 2 to 3 weeks that these spider plants will kind of perk up a little more and they're going to look beautiful. This calico is going to get gorgeous. They tend to get full. If it gets too leggy, snip it and then take the top wherever you snipped off, plant it right back in there in that soil. You don't need to propagate it or anything, and it will continue to grow, and then the other piece will expand and will start growing new leaves. And then this one, the ivy, again, I'll probably just water this one once a week. Make sure that that soil, it's on semi-dry. I don't want it to dry completely, and then I'm just going to keep an eye on it. But look how beautiful they turned out. And I'll bring you guys back and just show you what that looks like within, I don't know, maybe a month or so, but it's still draining, which is nice. That's the result that I was looking for. So again, don't be afraid to use, again, a lot of these items that aren't used any longer, give it another purpose. Again, these you can buy in your local thrift stores for just a couple of dollars. Bring your plants back to life and exhibit them in these beautiful flower pots that are, again, no longer really used. So thank you again for watching my channel, and I hope you're enjoying the snow if you're in the Northeast, actually South Jersey here in New Jersey. So we have quite a bit of snow. You guys saw that I went out in that snow and just enjoyed it just a little bit. But thank you again for tuning into my channel. If you have not subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. So thank you for watching. Peace.